most valuable skill you can learn is to become a dynamic, powerful, and exciting sales person. What is your story? And how valuable is your storytelling? You're probably wondering, what the hell are you talking about, right? Welcome to Mindset and Attitude to Selling. This topic that I'm going to share with you, I believe, could be the big difference maker in growing and increasing not only your value, but your sales volume. Whether you're a salesperson selling different products or services, or you're a real estate agent or realtor, I believe, in my humble opinion, training salespeople for a long time and training real estate agent and my salespeople, this is one of the most fundamental ingredients that if it's missing from your selling process and your language, it could absolutely make a huge difference. But before I share the topic with you, I'm going to start off with, how is your storytelling? Do you understand how valuable and important the art of storytelling is? So I want to share a few analyses with you, or analogies with you, for you to think about it. And then we'll dig into the topic. So how did I come up with this topic? The topic is storytelling, okay, or the art of storytelling. Now, before I go deeper into this topic and why I believe is one of the most valuable skills you should be learning or should learn, and why you probably are struggling producing more sales, or if you're a real estate agent getting more listings and or buyer's contract. Okay, now here's a question. There's about 2 or 3 questions I'm going to ask you for you to answer for yourself, and I'm going to give you my personal view on it. I'm assuming, and I'm going to ask, most of you probably watch movies, whether it's on Netflix, right? Maybe on video on demand, maybe on your laptop, your cell phone, or maybe you still go to the movie theaters, right? Why do you watch movies? You watch movies, in my experience, is because you want to see a good story. You want to escape. You want to feel emotionally involved in a story that has nothing to do with you, right? That's the visual story, right? Can we all agree on that? Now, if the movie is not fulfilling, meaning the ending is horrible, you're going to feel cheated, right? Because your emotions was not fulfilled. Does that make sense? Here's the second question. I'm assuming, I'm going to go out on a limb, that most of you, if not all of you watching this video, listens to some type of music, right? Why do we listen to music? Why do you listen to music? There's several reasons. It'll make you feel a certain way. It may make you cry. It may take you back to a point in your life, reminiscing, right? Whether it's good or bad or different. It makes you dance, makes you sing, makes you smile. You probably remember verbatim the lyrics and the words of your favorite song, right? But what is music? Music is another form of storytelling, right? Does that make sense? So, the third question is, I'm assuming some of you listen to your favorite podcasters. Some may be an hour podcast, some may be 2, some may be 3. It depends who you listen to. Right? Why do you listen to a podcaster? Because they're telling you a story. Whatever the story is, it might be current events, it might be real estate, it might be sales, whatever the case may be, the podcaster is telling you a story for you to stay on and be engaged, and hopefully they can fulfill what? Your emotions that you've given to this podcaster, right? Does that make sense? So where am I going with this? Everything we do in life is a story. And stories is what creates memories. So whether you're going to a social media event or a network event or you're chatting online, right? When you are meeting new people, you are telling a story, maybe your story, about who you are and what you're all about. And they be telling them that they're telling their story to you, right? But that's what communications is. That's what selling is. Selling, or the art of selling, is the ability to tell powerful, effective, engaging, valuable, powerful stories. Period. Does that make sense? And for those that are able to tell more effective and powerful and engaging and exciting and valuable and powerful stories, usually produce the more results or the better result. Or in selling, produce more sales. And that's where your value is, in the ability to tell stories based on facts, based on leading indicators, lagging indicators. You have to take all valuable information that are factual and put it in a story. That's the value. You also have to tell a story about yourself, your experience. What have you done and not done? Without sounding braggadocious, without sounding arrogant. And there are ways of telling that story where people want to buy into it. Because here's what you have to remember. Prospects, whether it's a seller on a real estate deal or buyer trying to buy real estate, or you're selling any other services and product, the prospect, because we're all prospects, buy into the person first before they buy the product and services. I want you to think about that. Because you can have a great product and a great service or services, but if the prospect don't buy into you and see value in you through your ability to tell a story or the story, they're not going to buy the product and services from you. If you're a real estate agent or realtor, you may be a great person, a nice person, but if you don't have the ability to tell a story that the seller or the buyer needs to hear, no matter how good you may be, if they don't buy into you first and get emotionally involved in the relationship, you're never going to finish the movie. You're never going to get, or you're going to get very little listing and very few buyers to give you a contract. How did I come up with this topic about storytelling? See, one of the things I've learned is I learned to understand how the mind works, right? Because at the end of the day is, unfortunately, most of the actions we take is emotional. I would say 95% of the decisions that are made today is emotional. Okay? So what creates that emotion is the ability to tell stories. Politicians tell stories all the time. The only thing is they lie about it, right? But they are so convinced in their story that they get people to believe the BS, even though they know they're lying. They feel so emotionally involved with the politician. And it could be in any industry. But in this case, politicians, people fall for it, right? So what I've learned in selling and being a salesperson is like a musician. You have to have the skill and you have to learn the ability on how to tell stories. How do you do that? Well, you have to make words pop. Those words have to create emotion. How do you do that? By how you say it. Not what you say, but how you say it will create the emotion, right? So I've learned speaking with, I'm involved in quite a few real estate groups and other types of groups. And I read a lot of comments about the struggles they're having, right? So I look at it from an objective position. So in other words, what happens with most salespeople that are not succeeding and they're trying to do everything they can to produce more sales, what happens is most people focus on the wrong solution or the wrong cause. And the answer's right in front of them. It's a simple solution, but we intend to overlook it. And it's the simple things that if you make changes, have the biggest compound effect. Either way, the negative or positive, right? And storytelling is one of the major things that salespeople lack or ignore or not taught. So if you are struggling and you're working hard and you're doing everything you can to increase your sales or grow your sales, right? Or produce more sales, I believe in what I've learned is the ability to tell a story or not tell a good story makes a big difference. Because everything we do in life is a story. Every person we communicate with is a story. And again, those who tell the most powerful, effective stories, in my opinion, my experience, are going to produce the most sales. It's just that simple. Now, this story or this topic came to me yesterday as I was at the gym. You know, after I finished working out, I went for my daily 6-mile run, and I'm always thinking about things. It's my time to meditate and think, and you know, it's just me and my mind and God's creation. So I'm at ease, and so my mind is more clear. So I'm able to think about what can I do, and if I can do it, to help those that are struggling. How can I be of value to them? What can I offer them that can help them make a difference? And so I've learned that storytelling, whether you like to hear the word storytelling or a prospect tells you they don't want to hear a story, everything is about a story. Every book you read, every audio you listen to, every podcast, every movie, every song, no matter what you're doing, everything is a story, because stories is what makes you take action. And how the story is being told and communicated to you and me is going to determine what actions we take. That's it. It's the most powerful influencer. It's just a fact. So what I encourage you to do is to learn the art of storytelling. It's not easy to learn. But successful salespeople could take anything, any industry, any product, and know how to tell a story on it. And I'm going to share personal experience of myself, not trying to brag or be braggadocious. It's just I want to share a real example. I deal with real estate agents, and I train them as well. And I have agents that have been in the real estate business 30 years plus. Very successful people. And they give me information, and I communicate it back to them in a story that they never heard it like that before. They say, how do you do that? I said, because I mastered the art of storytelling. I know what's going to make people tick. I know how to take those words and make an impact on it where it gets people's attention. And they get to feel those words based on the facts. So you can take facts and figures and concepts and tell them in a story. And that's what I do. I have the ability to do that. It took me years to develop that skill. But I could sell any product as long as I believe in it and it's a real product and it can help people. I could take any product in any industry and I need 5 key words and I could sell it. And that's what people buy. They buy my ability to tell them a story, not only about me, but about them and the product and services and how it's going to benefit them, where they can actually see the value, feel the value. They're like watching a movie based on the words I'm communicating, because most of my conversations are over the phone. So my words have to do 3 things: create an emotion, paint a picture, show value, and that it's going to benefit them. And that's not easy, right? So keep an open mind. Learn the art of storytelling, because if you don't, you are your worst enemy. And what I mean about keeping an open mind is, in other words, be objective to trying something that's simpler, that's free, and it'll make a big difference. Because if you don't, basically you're looking at the tree, but there's a forest out there. Does that make sense? So learn the art of storytelling, because everything you do in life is based on a story. You are either telling a story and you're receiving a story, because that's what communication is. That's what selling is. The ability to tell a story or the story, or a combination of both. That's what I believe a lot of salespeople lack. Whether you're a real estate agent or you're selling anything else, the ability to tell effective and powerful stories. And if you look at these influencers on social media, they have the ability to tell stories. That's why they get a lot of following. However, if those stories don't really turn into real action or real production for the follower, then they're just telling you a fake story, right? Because the value comes in me telling you something, you actually applying it, and it starts to work, then I get more value, right? Because now you say, this guy knows what he's talking about. It could be the reverse, right? So understand, it's not just telling a powerful, effective story, but that story has to really make a difference in those who are either seeing the story or hearing the story. Does that make sense? And before I let you go, here's what I want you to understand. Those of you who are watching this video, if you have an open mind, the first thing you need to do is think of it as a clean slate of paper. The things that do work, keep. The things that don't, get rid of. But be your worst critic. Admit that you have been doing it wrong and that you're going to do something about it. And then commit and be disciplined to learn the art of storytelling. It's for your benefit. And let me share with you, if you commit to yourself and you're disciplined to learning the art of storytelling, watch your value increase exponentially. Watch you have more fun and be excited about being a salesperson. Watch you close and produce more sales. And then watch your commissions absolutely explode. If you found some value in this video, do me a favor, smash the like button, share your comments. If you're watching me on a different platform, click the link below if you want access to more mindset and attitude to selling videos. It'll lead you to my YouTube channel. Subscribe is for free. Watch some of the additional videos and just give me some feedback. What you think about those videos? There's a specific topic you want to learn and train on. Just let me know in the comment section. If you're watching me on YouTube channel, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the subscription below, support my channel. And remember this, guys, learn the art of storytelling and then watch your value increase. And then watch your sales absolutely explode. Talk to you later. Bye.